It's your girl, Stephanie Sterling, with the authentic Stephanie Sterling. I am here with Jigga Set Radio, and you best believe we're about to have a good time. Tune in for the whole show.
What you see now on the internet? Nah, I was listening to Jigga Set. Oh, I be listening to every show, keeping me all in the know on Jigga Set Radio. What you see now on the internet? Nah, I was listening to Jigga Set. Oh, I be listening to every show, keeping me all in the know on Jigga Set Radio.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jeremy, aka the Prince of Mixology. I just made that up. So I'm here with another guest on JSR Radio. Coming to the stage is Stephanie Sterling. Y'all make some noise, y'all. Yes. I'm gonna actually give you another round of applause on my side. All right. So we're here with Stephanie here. We're still here with Stephanie. And you are also a mixologist. I mentioned how mixology, how the journey started for me, and I just being someone that just loved to cook and having that balance. So can you attest to that? Like, what does mixology do for you? Because you're not a bartender, you're a mixologist, and there's a difference. And can you explain that difference first, and then tell me what that journey looks like for you as a mixologist?
Bartender just serves drinks. A mixologist actually creates and curates to their clientele.
Yes. Say that one more time for the Rosa Parks section.
She gave a clean cut.
That
It
was
a
beautiful.
real clean
Real,
cut.
straight to the point. I love it. It was
Went all
giving.
around the world and yeah.
It was giving CliffNotes.com. Okay. So one more time for the mixologist, for the Rosa Parks section, people that's drinking drinks in the Rosa Parks section.
So bartenders just serve drinks.
Right.
And mixologists create them, curate them for their clientele.
Mm-hmm. So give me that journey for you. What led you into mixology?
To be honest, so I started when I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my junior year of college, and I just wanted to make extra money. So I was a full-time student. I was working part-time, but I also wanted some additional income.
Yes.
So I went and got licensed in South Carolina, and then my first gig was a nightclub.
Okay.
And so for me, so what people don't know, naturally I'm an introvert. And so
No, you don't say.
so like the extrovert that you see when I'm out is a switch that I actually I got to turn it on before I walk out the house. Like, I got to get in that mental space. So for me, being a mixologist actually helped me turn that switch. You know what I'm saying? And so not only was I curating drinks, but I was networking. I was meeting people that I otherwise wouldn't meet outside the bar because I don't even go out that much, especially not at that time because I was a full-time student. I was working another job. I believe I was a tutor in this after-school program as well, and I was helping with dance. So I had a lot going on.
Oh, so you're a dancer too?
Used to be. Choreographer, not stripper.
Oh, you better say it.
They do choreography.
But so in that, I just felt, because I'm passionate about meeting new people, something about, it's the psychology. So I used to have this, or still do have this knack for psychology. But I'm just curious about the way people tick, why, nature, nurture, the environment they grew up in, the different cultures. I just enjoy hearing people's stories.
Absolutely.
So honestly, that was a big part of the networking, meeting different people and new people. But as far as the drinks and curating the drinks, once I knew the basics, to me, it was like cooking.
Yes.
Once I learned how to cook, I know I can pretty much cook anything. Even if I don't eat it, I can cook it.
Yes.
And so it was like that for alcohol. I could literally, once I knew, okay, this has a sour taste, this has a sweet taste, this tastes bitter. Once I knew those key ingredients, I could literally mix something, never have tried it, and the customer will love it.
Flavor profile, baby. That's what it is. It's a flavor profile. Yes. So I actually had the pleasure during Rose's birthday seeing you bartend and do your mixology thing for the first time what was that? The cigar lounge?
Yeah, Casa de Monte Cristo.
Yes. And I was like, damn, Stephanie. I said, okay, I see you out here. And then here go, bro. Yeah, she is my girl. You know how she be, her hair be swinging when she be a little inebriated.
Right.
Shout out to the business lounge. So, you know how bro is, y'all. And so, no, I love you bringing that up because mixology is a science experiment for me, right? And so it's like you're taking little test tubes with little alcohol or liqueurs or flavorings of whatever, natural or unnatural, just being able to pour them into a little cup, serve it to a customer, and just watching their reaction. Like, you did that, sis? Like, you know, I love seeing the customer reaction. And then, as a mixologist, or you're just bartending, if you're just doing a basic 1-2, that's fine. Seeing how you control the room, right? So you walk in, someone might be having a bad day.
No, I say that because I like being in control.
Yes!
I know how not to be, but yeah, like people come to the bar and they'll move something. I'm like, hey, this is my bar. Don't do that. No. So
when
yeah, I like
that. Excuse me. When are you mixing drinks again? Excuse me, because
I'll be the first one there.
Over there and mix up. Ooh, you know what? Can I get that right?
Don't do that. Y'all don't want to be on Stephanie's bad side, y'all.
Ooh,
don't be on her bad side. And she just turned 21 again. You about to fall on the floor.
Almost got him.
It was trembling.
Let me move this table back a little bit.
Yeah,
it's so funny that you brought up introvert extrovert thing, because that's one of the biggest topics that we have on this show is as an entrepreneur, being able to have that, I call it like a code switch, be able to turn it on and turn it off. So there's two words. There was one word that I was initially introduced was omnivert, being an introvert and an extrovert. The omnivert has an issue dealing with balancing their shyness and their courage to be in public. The ambivert is one that doesn't have that issue. Like they literally like a on and off. Like I can turn it on, be present, live, and fluent, and then turn it off, and I'm like, leave me alone.
That's me. Yeah. That's me right there. Yeah, I'm the ambivert.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that I actually do get shy. And so that's why I'm an omnivert. Yeah, y'all, a lot of people don't know that. Like even before the podcast, like I would be like, okay, I'll be in my head. I'm like, okay, should I interact with her? Am I interacting with her too much? Like, you know, it'd just be too much. And then I said, screw it. Give me the alcohol and let's let the other guy come out. So I have two main personalities: Jeremy, which is, you know, the introvert, and then JT is the extrovert. Okay. And JT, he's the one that likes to take over a lot. He's not out right now. I'm in a good place where I don't need him to come out, but he can come out. He's like, just, you know, tap me in. I'm good. But like, do you?
So many jokes, but I'm just gonna hold.
That's fine. Production. We're just gonna mute you. So.
I thought production normally is quiet, but
you know, now you get upgraded to a whole lot.
There's help for coming from me. You know what?
But you know,
this podcast won't make light of day.
We're in a new generation, so you know, I gotta get
yes.
used to all
So
these
a lot of podcasts, a lot of like live visuals, including you guys. Including production. They include production because it gives it like a more realistic point of view. Like everyone's interacting with each other. So like that's why I'm gonna mic him up. I'm gonna give him a mic so he can. So any like the sideways comments he be making, it'll make it to the wavelengths over there on the screen.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna go. Where is my bag? I'm gonna go.
That's fine.
Just have a seat light skin.
Ooh.
Yes.
You can see y'all.
I ain't got to take this shit. I don't have to take it. You know, where's my...
It's good. It's a good change of pace because they was coming for me earlier, y'all.
Oh, we gonna get
I'm in it for all the cameras.
We're going to get back on you.
You feel a little salty.
No.
Good.
It's caramel. It's sweet.
So we sit here with Stephanie, y'all. Y'all make some noise for her because she's rocking on her birthday month, week, same thing. So we went through talking about your childhood, right? We talked about self-love and what you do to find your inner peace, your connection to God, right? We talked about your mixology skills. Let's talk about which. So there was a question that kind of said, like, you know, what you do to like stay grounded, but like, what do you do for fun? Oh, she had to close her eyes on that one.
You know, so I get that question all the time. And the reason why I did that is because honestly, I'm always working. I'm in a place of life where I'm not where I want to be. I'm building my career. I've been in Dallas 2 years. You know, the first year I had to lay the foundation here, network, all that. The second year, most of my second year here, I was down because of my knee surgery.
Right, exactly.
You know? So it was like, ooh, you know, that knocked the wind out of me. So this year when January hit, you know, I got back on my grind, even though I'm not 100%, but I'm a heck of a lot better than I was last April. And so with that being said, it has always been work. Like, I'm one of those people, I get tunnel vision. Like, these are the goals. I have goals to hit. I write down my goals. I talk about them. I envision them, you know, and I manifest them. And so I really didn't have a balance of work and a personal life. And so honestly, that's a goal I had for myself this year, is that, you know what? Last year taught me something. You know, I had to spend this time by myself not doing nothing because I physically couldn't. I had to limit myself. And maybe that was something else God wanted to show me, that, Stephanie, you still need to live your life. Whether it's because, so for me, Sundays are my downtime.
Yes.
Sundays are my
She told me, y'all.
unwind.
She told me.
Sunday is, you know, I unplug. So on Sundays, don't contact me unless you on the high priority list. It's only a small amount of people on the VIP list that can get through on the Sunday.
Okay.
So, you know, Sundays is just unwind. It's just so that can mean maybe I just want to sit in the house, literally lay in bed and do nothing, don't think about nothing. And just sometimes I will lay there and don't even have the TV on, and I would just zone out or just be talking to God.
That sounds real bliss. Let me tell you, that
You know?
sounds amazing. Yeah, exactly. All of us in the room can relate to you, Stephanie.
Or sometimes I will say, you know what? It's Sunday. Let me treat myself. I like a good brunch. I'll take myself out to brunch. But I'm never going to do anything that's going to be taxing on a Sunday. Period, point blank.
Or on somebody else's schedule, contingent on somebody.
Correct. And if you ask me to come somewhere where it's leisure for me, it better be before 5 p.m. because at 6 p.m. I have my online women's Bible study called Chosen. And yes, every Sunday I'm there at 6 p.m.
Yes.
So if we go do something, better be early in the day before 4 p.m. on a Sunday. But that's just my, you know, my me time. I get to relax. I get to unwind. I get to decompress. I get to recharge. Because like I told you, being an introvert, I have to recharge around people all the time, right?
Oh my gosh.
So this year I said, you know what? Outside of that, taking that Sunday for myself, you know what? I'm going to be more intentional. And I'm going to hang out with, you know, some girls here that I'm cool with. I'm going to, if I decide, hey, like last Saturday, I had a nail appointment, right? When I got my nails done. After that, I was like, I'm going to go have me a cigar. Went to the cigar shop, ran into some people I knew, chilled there for a little bit. Then I said, I'm going to treat myself to dinner. I want something different tonight. And I did. And I had a beautiful day. So just doing things like that. I went to a K. Michelle concert at the end of March.
Shout out to K. Michelle, y'all.
Come on, Kay.
This was her last R&B tour.
She was here in Dallas?
Yes.
Okay.
March 24th. You missed a good show.
Okay.
And Jay Howell opened up and Baby.
Okay.
Phenomenal. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Period.
Y'all check out them clips on YouTube and various Google searches.
But so doing stuff like that, and it felt good to be with because I went with my friend Anita and just being out and just living. And it's like how I'm so caught up in everything and getting to that goal when really that target moved right. It's not a direction.
All
so it's
time.
moved. So we keep trying to move here, and I'm getting lost in that journey and not staying focused. Hey, calm down. Stop smelling roses. Live life. Because guess what? even if, how they say, no sleep, 365. Fool, you gonna die. You gonna be dead. Quit playing. So let's be honest. Whatever is gonna be for you, God has already designated because our lives are predestined.
Right.
So the truth of the matter is, if you take some time out each month for yourself and just to live life, you're not gonna get to your goal any slower.
Mm-hmm. That's real talk. So have you ever felt initially, before you got to this mental state of mind, hey y'all, do you ever feel guilty taking that time out for yourself? Were you always like, no, this isn't going to be me. This is my time. And then you just evolved from that initial concept in your head. Because for me, I used to feel guilty taking time for myself. Like, I need to be doing something. I don't need to be, like, I'm out here as an entrepreneur. I don't have the leisure of a 9-to-5 initially. I need to be on my grind all the time. When I go to sleep, wake up, I need to be back on it. Like, no rest. Maybe a couple of moments of downtime just to kind of like take your mind off of something, like helps with the inspiration situation. But like, have you ever felt guilty for just having some downtime for yourself?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I'm very different. Maybe, as they say, that maybe that's the middle child syndrome because they're the independent ones and all this.
Yes.
But for me, no. Even with family, close friends. Like, when I say this is my time, this is my time. And I would look at the phone and watch it ring.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, no.
You better be screaming.
I just don't feel like it.
Yes, not
and
today.
It's just like my spirit just don't want to move, tell my hand to move to pick up the phone. It's just like, no, I just need some time for myself. And I don't feel guilty because guess what? People don't always check on me. People don't always.
Exactly.
Now, I do have a core of people who do.
Yes.
So let me give them their credit. Let's be clear. I do have my support system who do make sure I'm good. But most of my life, I have been the initiator. I always have to reach out. That gets tiring.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if I'm always checking on everybody, who's checking on me? Like I said, I have my core people. They know who they are. But that gets so tiring. So sometimes it's just like, I hear the phone. Like, y'all, I hope my mama don't see this. But
she might.
Right, because she be stalking my pages.
Oh.
But sometimes she'll call, she'll be like, what you was doing? Nothing. So why you answer the phone?
I feel like it.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't have the energy. It's been a long week. I've been on go mode, and I just didn't have the energy to talk.
Not even to you.
And I love you to death, but I don't feel guilty.
So that takes me to my next set of questions, or next question rather. The boundaries. At what point in your life did you install them into your operating system? And when you I'm sorry, I'm a tech guy. I'm a tech nerd, y'all. Y'all know. When you install that ideology into your operating system, and then chose to upgrade it along the way because you got a group of friends that you click with, and that's who you rely on, for being checked on, checking on them, etc. So how important is boundaries, and how important it is to have a close-knit circle to help you stay grounded? And the pouring of energies is all synonymous. It's automated.
Right.
How important is that for you?
So, number one, that is very important in my life. I don't play about that. I believe I've always had boundaries. Just as I have grown, as I have began healing and been on this healing journey and this growth journey, I have just gotten more firm and stronger about them.
Right.
Because before my ex, before him, like, I was one of those people, you do or say something one time and you cut off, you block, you delete it. So there was no, I don't care. Once you cross me, that was it. Good day. But when I got to him, I met him when I was 21 and we dated till I was 26. And so, or shall I say, we were in a serious relationship till I was 26. And so with him, I wanted to try something different. You know what I'm saying? So trying something different was like, okay, well, you can't just cut him off just because he sneezed the wrong way. You can't just cut him off because he didn't pick up the phone when you wanted him to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was kind of like that. So, but being and doing so, I kind of lost myself because I was trying to keep, okay, let me make sure he's happy. Let me make sure he's happy. And I was so focused on him being happy that I did lose myself some in that. So when I came out of it, it was, oh no, these are my boundaries. This is non-negotiable. If you can't handle it, I don't know what to tell you. I am not the one.
Yes.
And so from then, they just got stronger and stronger. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, these are my boundaries. So if it's a problem for you, take care of yourself.
There's the door. Yeah.
And I'm not going to keep repeating myself.
No.
I'm going to tell you like twice. Then after that, you're an adult. If you can't comprehend, I need you to go take a class. Because, you know, reading and comprehension.
What you recommend? What kind of class?
I'm asking for a friend.
A class that I don't teach.
Ain't got time for it.
Let somebody else do it.
Get somebody else to do it.
Because you learned that in grade school.
Okay.
So
So I remember a scenario, not a scenario, but when you we were here at the business lounge, we were setting up, and you were telling me about a situationship, right? And you were telling me like how like just expressing your frustration and just like saying like I need him to understand my boundaries, right? And the things that but he's not getting it. And I'm like, just, I gave you some advice or whatever the case is. But like she opened up, y'all. I think that was like one of my first times when I interacted with you. And I'm like, look at Stephanie. She's a human being. Like she goes through a lot of the same things that I go through, or maybe the next person goes through. And I think I love the element of how we all be in our own worlds, but go through our own scenarios and how we deal with them and how we can learn from each other from those scenarios. Like, maybe I didn't have an answer, but by talking to you, networking with you, being part of like Black events, shout out to Melanation, being part of that, we're able to grow from each other just from vicariously through experiences and just advice in general. So you are also part of the Business Lounge family. Yes, the BLD. Shout out to Ro Strickland. She would be my ass if I said the other. So how has that aided you in your entrepreneur journey, being part of the Business Lounge Dallas?
When I first met her, I came here for a workshop, and it's funny because she actually meant to take it down. But I was the only one that signed up. So
Bro always be messing up some stuff, and then that's how I met her too. Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute, don't be doing my friend like that.
Bring your butt here. Bring your butt here. I can't get to that camera.
But it was good. It was a blessing in disguise because we sat and we just had her when she did it, the one-on-one, like how she was going to conduct the workshop. And she finished. She looked at me. She said, "Why are you here?" I said, "What?" I said, "I can always learn something." So I guess to her, that workshop was more like for beginners, but I had a lot of things on the back end established. And she like, "Why you?" And she pretty much was like,
You need to teach me.
You need to be on my team.
Exactly.
What are you doing? So it grew from there. She started coming to my networking events called A Ladies Affair. I used to host them at a cigar lounge, and then things shifted, and by that time I had a partnership here with Business Lounge Dallas.
Yes.
And honestly, it has been a beautiful experience. I feel like that everybody that comes here, we have had mutually beneficial relationships.
Thank you for saying that. Yes.
And that this has been mutually beneficial for the both of us. I make sure I do my part in every aspect that I can. Anywhere I feel like I'm gonna fall short, I communicate with her, and she'll be like, "No, you good."
Yeah.
And likewise, because I know for a fact there are people who have used the Business Lounge for services by coming here once they have attended my networking event. So I just love the energy of the space. I love Ro as a person, as an individual, as a businesswoman, and so I feel like it has been very mutually beneficial, and I'm just looking forward to the future.
Yeah, shout out to Ro and her being the juice. She the juice to the community.
And when I found out she was a Virgo, I was like, girl, I didn't know you was a Virgo. But you a good Virgo. She one of the best Virgos I've ever met, because them Virgos, both the men and the women, crazy.
I love hearing the beta signs. like support each other.
Okay, you gonna open up.
Why, he a Virgo?
No.
Oh, I'm a Capricorn, baby. I end the year and begin the year. Beginning and
Stubborn. My ex was a Capricorn.
hey.
He's stubborn as fuck.
I'm not
Right.
as stubborn as the old school OG Capricorns, okay? But I have stubbornness. Deal with it.
Admitting you have a problem is the first step.
Right.
And guess what? This is the step I get off.
That's the problem.
Right.
That's the problem, right?
I don't have a problem. I'm never the problem. I'm always the solution.
And speaking of which, K. Michelle's tour is called "I'm the Problem." Just hint.
Oops.
What then? Why would I attend? Unless I'm about to give her a solution. Hit me, okay, Michelle. I got a solution for you.
Oh Lord! And you're shaking the table. Okay, shaking the table.
It's getting real shaky in here. Speaking of shaking some things up,
Get into the thing.
she got a book, y'all. Let's dive into this book. Yes. Let's talk about this book. And she gave me a copy of this. And so tell me about this book, Fatherless Success, because this is stemming from your childhood, right? And you talked about that earlier, about not having that father figure in your life. Tell us about the inspiration behind that book, aside from what you can include that as well. But like, just tell me about this book. Like, what inspires you to write this book here?
So honestly, I had the idea back when I was in that last serious relationship that I told you about, and I had the title "Fatherless Success." That's all I had.
Really?
And I remember having a conversation. Her name is Kelsey, because we were networking together back in South Carolina, and I was like, I want to write a book. I gave her the title. I said it's going to be called Fatherless Success. And she said, oh, I love that title.
Mm-hmm. I love it too.
But I was mentally, spiritually, I wasn't in a place to write it, because I knew I was going to have to go to places with my father and all this stuff. So I left it right there. And then fast forward to 5 years later, something my spirit just said, it's time.
To write the book?
Mm-hmm. So I got that laptop out. Got my laptop, and I had to stop a few times because I had to dig into places, and tears were just rolling down my face, reliving those experiences. And so, I had to stop a few times, and then eventually I finished. And at first I was thinking maybe my book isn't long enough. It needs to be 150 pages. And then, we get caught up in things that we see, because I was looking at other self-help books that I've read.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it was like, but God was like, this is it. That's all you need to say.
That's
for
all
now.
you need to say.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay. So it's almost 60 pages, but it gets to the point. It goes into my background, my story of growing up without a father, the obstacles that I had to overcome, the healing. Just know it's not a one-stop shop. You don't just arrive and
Stephanie's not a one-stop shop. I mean, she's a woman of many talents, but she's not anywhere near basic. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, girl.
But you can't. It's not just I arrived. No, you have to continuously put in the effort and the work, and just like how you continuously get up and go to the bar and get drunk every weekend at the club, or how you continuously meet with toxic people that you really don't need to be around.
Right.
It's the same thing. You just have to shift that energy. And so for me, it has been an intentional wake up every day, and I need this because I have seen the benefits of it. And so that book was just me sharing my story, but also inspiring other people who have gone through it, because some people are alone. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel alone. Some people really don't have anybody else. Luckily, I do have a support system, but everybody they don't have it.
Right.
And so I wanted to position myself where I can provide a tool and resource, and where I can also be a tool or a resource for somebody.
Absolutely. And so, as an entrepreneur, you know how important it is to trust the process, right? Sticking to something even though it just seems real bleak, and even with the book creation that you put in front of me here, you talked about how you broke it up. You had to take time to feel and really get your words together. And so my question to you is, how important is closure? And when you were writing the book, what advice would you give someone that's trying to like start to write the book and maybe have not had that closure? Like, are those words important enough to get on that piece of paper? Do you need closure, or without closure, can you just still convey the same message to the audience and maybe someone can receive it?
Well, the first thing is that depends on what closure is to you. That's going to look different to everybody. For me, I learned in life that I have zero control over anything or anybody outside of myself. And so you're not going to always get an apology. Even if you sit down and have a discussion with somebody, you may not get an apology. You may not get the answer you want or that your expectation of an answer from that person. That person may not even know why they hurt you or did certain things. Or they may not even be in a space where they can even convey that message to you properly. Right. So now you have to learn how, for me, it's never about them. I don't ever need anybody that did anything wrong to me to say, I apologize. I know I messed up. I don't even need that. One thing I learned through therapy is that this is about me. I have to heal. Yes. So, but on the spiritual side of that, my journey with God, what I learned how to forgive people. Even if I never see you again a day in my life, even if I never get an apology for you, I know how to forgive you with God. And what I do is what I learned in therapy, like just write a letter. Write a letter to the person. But that don't mean you go, right. You don't have to send it, but just write it. All your thoughts, your feelings, everything, write it out on paper. Yeah. And then you can do what you want to. You can burn it. You can keep it there, look back on it later in life. But it's going to be a release. Yes. And so for me, that has been my release. And that's what I do. And literally, I find myself forgiving people almost instantly. That's just my spiritual level right now in life. And so it's like 9 times out of 10, what they have, what people deflect onto you, how they treat you, 9 times out of 10 is not even about you. Right. Because you got to remember, we all have trauma. We all have things we need to heal from. Just most of us walking around in denial.
Hurt people.
Exactly. And most of the people just, they're in denial. They don't want to acknowledge, hey, this is a problem. Right. And it takes some people, I'm blessed that I was able to start that journey before I hit 30. Yes. You have people that's 50, 60 years old, still miserable and toxic. And I knew I don't want to be that person.
Especially those in the melanation that do not believe in therapy. Correct. And it is so stigmatized in our community. Like, oh, what happens in this house stays in this house, right? Those things that we learned as a child, like, oh no, we can't talk about it. And then what happens? We bottle it up, and it manifests itself in a different way, where we turn to alcohol or to drugs or any vice that we attach to because we were not able to vent or forgive someone or receive forgiveness. Like you said, closure looks different to other people. To different people, it looks, it's
just sweeping under the rug.
Right, just sweeping things under the rug and not being able to release those things. So I'm so glad that you've been able to find solace in therapy.
Thank
and
you.
being on the show, of course. And I know that you repeated or stated where people can follow you. How can people follow you, and where can they buy this book? On the website, I'm assuming?
Yes, absolutely. So right now you can follow me all platforms, The Authentic Stephanie Sterling. You can head over to the website, www.theauthenticstephaniesterling.com. You can either order your autograph copy or you can go to Amazon and
L'autograph.
and on Amazon you can get the paperback, the ebook, or the Audible. Okay. And so a great thing that I'm doing right now that I'm very excited about, I just launched a fundraising campaign with my book.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. So it's a fundraising campaign for Fatherless Success, and it's a way for me to partner with nonprofits to get more exposure of my book and tap into their audience, but also to give back to that nonprofit. And so right now I have the Circle of Sisterhood, and they focus on empowering girls ages 12 through 17, give them the tools they need to overcome obstacles just in life. Like you were talking about, they feel like they don't have a voice and those types of things. And so they have partnered with me from April 1st to May 1st. And at the end of the campaign, 50% of the proceeds will go back to their organization.
Nice.
So all you have to do is go to the website, www.theauthenticstephaniesterling.com. You will have to get the autographed copy and put in code TCS, and the donations will go to them, the 50% of all sales of my book for everybody that used that promo code by May 1st.
It gave me a look, and because I think I was already thinking that we're going to play at something. I don't know what it's going to be. We're going to play at something.
Absolutely. You hear that? Miss Monet, the Circle of Sisterhood, JSR is going to play something. Yes.
We love to support us. We support the melanation. I mean, we support all nations under God. But
this was just really a creative way for me to continue to do what I love to do, which is working in a community, but partnering with nonprofits. And now I can give you 50% on my proceeds. It's not going to be anything off my back, Right. Because it's going to a greater cause.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Else.
Exactly.
Multiple people in this instance.
Right.
So, what else you got going on? I know you got some other things in the kitchen, cooking up.
So, always the second Friday, we host a ladies' affair here at Business Lounge Dallas from 6:30 to 8:30. So we have one coming up next Friday, April 14th. Okay. The theme of this one is actually a tribute, Celebrate Stephanie. And so my co-host, Miss Veronica Nash, who is the founder of MK Organic Hair Products.
Look at you. You know how we look up to the sky for answers and it download and we just regurgitate it? I love us.
Veronica is the bomb. If you haven't checked her out, please check out MK Organic Hair Products. She's doing her thing. You can order her products online. She have them in stores all over.
Got something for the natural people.
Yes, she specializes in natural.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So she decided that, hey, well, this is your birthday month, so let's do a tribute to you.
Absolutely.
And so I'm excited. I don't know who's going to show up, what it's going to be like, but I'm just excited. So make sure y'all come. Remember, we have our food catering sponsor, T-Fees. So make sure you follow them at T-Fees on Instagram, Facebook. That she's the bomb. I love her. I love, her support. She's been sort of supporting me for the past few months. And so her sponsorship has been amazing. So I'm just looking for a good time. But yes.
So that's Friday?
Next Friday, ladies only.
That's okay. I'm a girl in my head.
I got a wig in the closet.
I'm a girl in my head.
I'm going to shave my beard down and put the wig on. Hey, y'all.
But you can catch a ladies affair the second Friday. Just head over to my website and you will see the networking event there. After that, I have 2 book signings coming up this month.
Look at you. Booked and busy. Yeah. Booked and busy.
So if you're in Dallas, the first one is going to be Thursday, April 20th. Mm-hmm. It's going to be at PJ's Coffee, actually.
Oh, that's across the street.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to go over there.
Yes. So just make sure you register, but it'll be over there Thursday, April 20th. That Friday, April 21st, I'm hosting a Connecting Affair again at Business Lounge Dallas. And this is just a quarterly event that I host where we come in and just have open relationships, real conversations about what's the dating scene like? What are relationships? Yes. What does it mean to you? Yes. And then being able to plug in healthy things. And so this month we will be talking about.
Is that for women only?
No, it's for everybody.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that the fellas can come on there.
Yes. So y'all can come to the book signing and y'all can come to a Connecting Affair. So just make sure you register.
And bring your wigs.
And it's going to be fun because this month we're talking about communication. So, and then last but not least, Saturday, April 29th, I will be at the Pan-African Connection Bookstore hosting a book signing, and I'm excited. Yeah. So, hey, make sure you follow me. Also on Eventbrite, follow the Authentic Stephanie Sterling because that's where I post all my events. All my events are posted throughout my social media platforms, primarily Facebook and Instagram, as well as my website.
Yes, come on for consistency and branding. Y'all make some noise for Stephanie for coming on the show. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You were a delight. I think that's the best word I have is delight. And I love her smile, y'all. Like, she always be lighting up my day. And I'm like,
Colgate.
Come on, Colgate.
Colgate.
Yes. She just, it gives a big teeth energy. I just love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this
I
opportunity.
appreciate you.